And we're back to another episode of Let's Play PC Building Simulator. I'm your host, the RPG Guy. So let's go ahead and shut everything off. We're done for the day, as we need to go into the next day and grab some more goodies. Now, we have to complete one of these jobs as of this day, but we don't, like I said, there's one we gotta... What do we got here? Another empty case. Yay. You know, let's take both of these cases and just store them for now. There's no point in leaving them out. Well, this makes a nice divider, so we'll leave that one out. We need to diagnose a machine, and I believe it was... I think it was this one, but we'll double check. Yeah, I believe it was this guy with his weird freaking budget. So, who is it? S. Gross. Or Gross. Oh my god, it's so gross. And he's number 2, so we'll put him over here. Let's power this. See, we can't power it up, so I don't even know what he was talking about. So, we got to diagnose this guy. For the most part, probably the best way to do it is for me to assume that it's possibly the power supply and the motherboard. So, but let's find out here. I have a feeling it might even be power supply related. But they didn't give us enough information to kind of figure it out, so that kind of made me bitter. So it's actually not his power supply. So that's fine. So now we got to just disassemble the entire motherboard. Because it could be anything within here. And we'll go look in his little area and see what's missing that needs to be covered. Because yeah, it's just that's where we're at. We obviously, I'm like 90% sure it's already the motherboard. But it could also be some other stuff that we're not sure of. Let's see here. So the motherboard's not in here. The cooler is... Motherboard. Okay, so what else is missing here? The hard drive? It could be a hard drive problem. Ah! There's the culprit. So, okay. So let's go in here. Storage... it's going to be this guy and this guy. And that gives us 205. So let's put this on same day to be safe. So there it is. Really quick before we go on, just because we could unlock more of this, I want to go up here and there's another new PC build. So let's order the parts for this. We don't need to necessarily do these guys, but I might. Let's just order these parts and get this done. What's up? Scotty B again. Cheers for the save on the CPU. Can't believe I fried it. The overclock guide is just... I was following. Must have been wrong. PJ Salt. Anyway, remember before I was saying I wanted to get a dedicated streaming PC. Had a bunch of people on my stream complain about low FPS. I reckon it will sort out. Can you build something? Doesn't need to be too beefy. Thanks. PS 2032 2032 followers now. He needs something that runs Adobe Premiere CC, so... and we can use some of our used parts for that. I think the best one to probably dump might be these two sticks, but they're pretty expensive. Let's figure that out, though, really quick. First things first, we have a case, so let's get the case. The case is over there. So what's our budget? Our budget is $700, so that's not a lot to work with. Minus 50 because we have a case. Power supply, let's go with a 55 watt. Well, screw it, we'll go with that plus the solid state. So let's grab the 650. Let's grab that. We'll come back to graphics cards because we need to go into will it run minimum specs here. So we don't need a powerful rig. We just need a crap ton of RAM. So I kind of take back what I said about what we actually have here for memory. We have two 8 gigs at 3733. So let's see here. 3733. They're both 135. Which puts us at 260. Which it's too expensive. It's just too expensive. What is our other... this is our other option at 3,400. So So, which would be 116, but I still have a pretty good feeling that it's going to be too expensive. And one of them's used, so we actually get a different total. It's 116 minus 39, I think. So that's 375. So that could work. We'll come back and think about that. That gives us 16 gigs of RAM, so we cover that. i3 6100. So let's look at 6100. So it needs to be the regular one, not the T. So that's minus 105. Add that to the cart. Yep. And then let's look at graphics cards. It's a 1050. I actually think we have a 1050. No, we don't actually have a 1050. Well, darn. But we have, that means everything we I think have is going to be better than 1050. Let's see where 1050 is on the part ranking here. It's pretty. I'm pretty sure it's rather low. 1030, 1050 is way down here, and he only needs 2 gigs. So any used card we've got will do. What's the cheapest one that we have? I see $72 here. 88 over there. We could put a 3 gig card, but 93, 95, 50. Oh, there's 55 versus 72. What is that? Where did it go? Where did it go? Well, that's 3 gigs, so we could throw... Oh, there's 2 of them. We could... Well, and they're Crossfire. Well, that's going to break the budget, so we probably can't do both. But, let me think. Well, 55 and 57. So let's say we did put both of them in there.
I say they're battleship, and they're whales.
Let me think. So if we do 55 minus 57. Whoops. See, I'm doing this on a calculator for those of you wondering. Minus 55. Okay. That gives us 158. And we can put both of these in. Now, we don't have a motherboard. So, motherboard, it has to be the cheapest one that can do Crossfire. So, which would be this one here. Which means we got to swap out processors. Something in Ryzen. Well, wait a minute. We have 158. What would be Skylake? Or Kaby Lake even, I guess. Yeah, so 170. So it's too much. So really quickly, let's look at... Let me see here. 6100. So let's remove 105 from our little algorithm here. And what is better than 6100 that's in the same price range in AMD? So let's see here, 6100. So the only option is the Ryzen 1200. So let's type in 1200. So it's not too much more. It's 140. So let's say 140, and it gives us 123 to work with. So yeah, it gives us 123 to work. So we can go with the Gigabyte at minus 110, and it gives us $13 for a cooler. So we should be pretty good. We can get rid of this though. So it should work. And we should have everything else. Okay. So this should cover what we can get away with. But just barely. Alright. My PC's broken. Can you figure out what's wrong with it? It just went pop. Uh, I promise I didn't do anything. I've got to have it. I read I read DFL parts are really good. It's always been my understanding the changes are better. Well, this is obviously a motherboard, probably. Fortune X. Ooh, I think it's the H170. DFL H170, yeah. Boom. And then my computer is slow performance-wise. Can you aim for 3894? I like 8 gigs of RAM. I think I might have visited one too many times. The team group parts are really good. Okay, so he wants 8 gigs of RAM and he wants team group. Now, the A320 can get 3733. So his budget is $445. So 445. He wants 8 gigs of RAM that are the team whatever. So let's go with like 3200 and see where is there team group? Yeah, team groups right here. What is he getting now? 3573. So whatever we spend on RAM for his 8 gigs, we'll have left over for a video card. So we only need 8 gig. But see, it gets really expensive at 3200. What is he at again? Can we go higher than 3200? No. No. So we have to do 3200. If we're going to do it, we got to do 3200. So 3200. It's really expensive for what it is. There really isn't one cheaper. That's team skill. You know what? Let's go slower here. Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. $100 there. What about 2,800? There's 16 for 170, but we don't have a better option than 16. And then 80, which gives us a lot more to work with money-wise. But really, at that point, 80 versus that gives us 330 on the video card, which I don't think is going to be enough. So let's go with even 2,400. What is that? 70 versus, I think the other one was 80. So yeah, that gives us 365. So we'll go with that. And then graphics cards, we've got 365 to work with, and we'll compare what we can get at 365 to what's actually still in his machine. 355. Okay, 355 RX 480 Gaming X 8 gig. I think do we have one of those that we're sitting on? No, we did put it in another machine. Okay, so okay. That's 355 RX 480 8 gig versus what he has, which is a RX 470. Well, this is a better card. This has to be better, so we'll put it in. And we accept. All right, so everything is inbound for that. Let's go ahead and order same day. I know it had to do a lot of work in there, so let's buy now. Woo-wee! Lots of parts. All right, and we have room for this one, so let's get this up here. Boom. All right, let's get started with this guy. This one was the motherboard. That was this guy here. We'll get all of this crap back in here. Thank you guys for being patient. I know that's tough to sometimes sit through while I sift through horse shit to figure out what's the best way to put stuff in. And I'm pretty sure nobody had a cable requirement, so we're not going to do it. We'll check before we turn anything in, but I'm pretty sure nobody had at least from what's sitting here, had a cable request. And then graphics, let's go back into his parts here. Boop. Boop. Let's plug it all back in. Make sure it boots to the right stuff as well before we start. And then before we do anything more, after we install the software, we got to put the power thing back on. So we'll get that done too. I hate these. I hate this case. I really do. It's such a stupid thing to have to put on and off. But whatever. It's for the greater good. The greater good. Alright. Since it's a new hard drive, we don't need to run the viral scan. Let's go ahead and boop. Boop. And do... We'll come back to... Is this done? Oh, yeah. So this is the parts for this one. Alright, let's run 3D Mark. This dude wanted water cooling and a higher score. I think this is just a video card plus the request here. I believe it was this. And boom. Oh, okay, so we're gonna get a used fan out of this deal. Unless we can put it in after the fact. Which sometimes you can, you just have to check. Okay, no. We can't put it in anywhere else. Plug it in. Set that. Get the software on. Was that enough? Was it just the repair? Yeah. Let's run this. Okay, we're done with this piece of shit. Let's open this. We might get to level 13 if we're lucky. 360 processor. It's more likely to be just the processor. Because this processor is a fucking beast. This processor is a fucking beast. Did I say processor? I swear I speak English. Woohoo! Yeah, that thing's bust. Alright, plug it in. And then we'll get this back on. That's going. Scan it as well. Make sure the BIOS is set up right. Is that enough? Yes. And it's within budget with 110 remaining. Nice. We didn't buy him more memory, did we? Yes, we did, didn't we? Yes, we did. Okay, we're going to retest this one for a good reason, though, because we want to get our maximum cash flow back. I want to sit on a piece of 3000 RAM. That's a stupid number to work with. So I kind of done goof there. Oopsies. Come on. This hard drive sucks. Alright, now we'll run it. Okay. Storage. Was these R9s. Here we go. They're a little high in process and power here, so hopefully we're going to remain relatively safe wattage wise. We should. Doesn't even mean you always do though. And the memory, what was the memory? He needed 16 gigs. That was a definite for sure. We'll put it in. We'll put it on in last because how much do we have? 141 remaining, so it had to be used. This is 16 gig here. Though I think I was pricing it with these two guys in mind. That way we get the most out of our, the biggest bang for our buck here. So no, this wasn't it. Because it puts us at 129 over. 23 over, so it wasn't this either. Or it was these two, so instead we'll just go with... Oh, wait, we need 16 gigs. Where was it? I know I saw it. Here. And that gives us 76 bucks remaining, which is enough. And then cooling, we could just put in this guy. Worst case is we can only put one of those 6 gig cards in there. But I think we'll be okay. And let's make sure the RAM's set right. Now we're good. This should be fine. Hopefully that doesn't crash. 250, 250 is 500, so we have 160 watts to play with plus the 65 watts we put in there. So there should be enough wattage. Should be being the key word here. Doesn't mean there is, though, but we won't know until we try it out. But these two fools are done. This was 335. What did he want? Diagnose and fix. This was the weird one, wasn't it? It was something wrong with the video card. Yep. I believe the other one was the processor. It was a quick-ass boot. Hey, it made it. Good. So it didn't, like, blow up or anything. It's not a bad little rig there for however much we did. How much did we do it for? $652. Nice. Which means I have some money to spare. Do we have anything else we could put? Well, we could put a case fan in there. I'd have to retest it, though. For one fan, I don't think so. We can't put any more graphics cards in there. RAM? No, we're not messing with that. That's what he had in there before. Somebody had that. And what is this? Why is this in here? Oh, is it? Oh, it's stuff for the next day. That's right, because we're way ahead. See, this is what happens when you do too much of this. You start getting way ahead of where you need to be. Let's run this. Riddled with prawn. And this, I think, was just replaced parts, right? Yeah, so this is pretty much done. So we're good. Alright, let's get this out of here. Let's make a save, just in case the game says... Nyeh. And let's go ahead and start collecting. Nice. Okay. Still not what we need. Okay, well, let's just get this one done first, and then see if we get something. And if not, we gotta attempt this. But I still don't foresee it working. I really don't. Seems like a lost cause. Broken, you say? Ooh. And these are finished. Yay! So we get about $1,400 to $1,500 out of these two guys. Let's grab that. Boom, we're rich, y'all. And we've got 10 grand. We could afford this upgrade, possibly. A faster installation. Which I am not unlikely to say no to. Because we have everything else. I don't use Bongle, really. We don't use the market program because we just don't care. You're getting money back no matter what. We could get the OCCT, which we don't have yet, but we're not at the area of the game where we need to have it right away. But we're almost going to unlock this, so maybe we'll wait on that, on the purchasing of that first. Okay, this guy is done. Which is good. We'll collect on this. I don't know, guys. I'm thinking if... See, I keep saying if we don't have it by tomorrow, we'll try this. You know, we're not hurting for cash. So I don't... Well, see, I don't remember what the performance requirement was for the X variant. It could be 2,000 megahertz more, which we can't do. I don't believe we can do it. So no, nothing new there. We'll just you know what, we'll hold off. So let's power down. Shut it all down. And nothing too interesting coming, but it looks like there's power supply, though that's good. We have a case, but we need a motherboard and we need a processor, which are two things we really don't have. So and we got looks like 2 cases coming in this day. So we're really starting to have to figure out what we want to do here. Well, we got 2 broken rigs coming in the 12th. Nice. So let's go ahead and end the day. And see what we can get done here. Nice. This is kind of lame. but we'll hold on to it because why not? Alright, let's get these two guys pretty much done. That dude wants team group. That dude wants DFL, so that's the motherboard guy. So this is the team group RAM dude. So let's go to... that, and I believe a better video card. Which has to be this one. It's the only one left. Go ahead and put this on and close her up. So we'll run the usual stuff on here. And make sure we get the BIOS set properly. Got a lot of problem there, buddy. Off. Alright, so let's unplug all of this crap. So, goodbye. Hello. Plug all this back in. Get 3D Mark on there and get virus scan on there and make sure the RAM is set right. And hopefully these two guys will get us to level to 13. If we do, we might luck out and be able to get the part that that dude needs. So, but before we complete that job, we're going to make sure that we take on all new jobs available. Again, assuming that we have access to it, which right now I don't even know if that's going to happen anytime soon. It feels like it's not going to happen at all. Okay, this 4019. It's definitely over what... I don't even remember the last part. It's definitely over what he wanted. So we can get this one out there and turned in. And we got the team group, so that should make him happy. No, we might not actually hit 13 yet, unless we get a build. There's a build in there. Hey, just a quick email to say thanks for the stream, PZ. It's just what I needed. The stream so much better now. I'm actually up to 3 of the followers all thanks to the rigs you build. Anyway, thanks a lot. And come out, check out my stream at blah, blah, blah. Upgrade, new PC build. He wants AMD. That's easy to do with that budget. So we'll make sure to do this one, try to get it done today, because we're probably not going to level. So let's go ahead and do the shop. And we accept... he wants a water cooler. So that's going to be an expense, but not a big one, not at $17.25. Holy hell. We can put in all kinds of crap. That's almost done. So let's take a look here. We'll knock this one out really quick. We're obviously going to need that. So minus 50. Power supply. The biggest we've got is still 650, so we're going to have to play that card. So we'll do that. And we'll add the same solid state hard drive. And then really what we want to look at here is let's get the cooler in there too right now. So the cooler's included. So that looks all good. Now we got to figure out the rest of this. For that performance, we still have $1,485. Now he is an AMD fan, so we're going to stick with AMD. Thou shall. But we don't want to go too high, because then it will limit what kind of cards we can put in. So I'm thinking we go with just this 6 core here. So minus 260 for this guy. The cooling we got. Memory we got to figure out, but we can't do that till we figure out motherboard. So let's look at AM4. We might want to have our option to get SLI. So, whoops. So let's go to... Darn you, where is it? There. Alright, so we want something that does both. Here we go, right here. So minus 185. The RAM speed is 3200. So if we wanted to get to 3600, it would cost more. But let's just assume this is what we're going to do. Here. So, now we're going to go to memory. We're going to go to 3200 and at least put 16 gigs of RAM in this beast. If not more. 210 is the cheapest. So if we do 2 of these, that's pretty good. Now let's go to graphics card. We have 620, so we have 310 a card to do. So that kind of might be a deterrent for the 16 gigs. 36 gigs, rather. So if we actually add 210, we actually have 415 to spend on a video card. So let's look at the 415 range really quick. So there really isn't a 415 range. So it's gonna end up being 2 of these again. Ew. Well, there's not much we can do. Not really. So and we need to get a pretty high number. So really, it's better to just do 1, 2, and put back 1 of these. Now, before we commit to this, I want to see what we have for RAM really quick. See, we have 2 of these guys. And if my memory serves me right, we need to use them because they're fresh. Now, it's going to cost us more than the 2 16 gig sticks. So, let me check it out really quick, but I think we'll be okay. 135, so it's going to be like 2 something. So if we subtract 710, leaves us with 120 left over. So if we actually... Let me think here. If we add back in the 210, like that, and we go to memory, and we go to that particular one, which is maybe way more, you know... Puts us at $60. So let's do that. So we have $60 to burn. I don't see a better thing to burn it on except for fans, which I'm not going to do. Surprisingly, we got our dual cards. We'll get this number. We have $60 to spare. $60 to spare. So I'm okay with that. All right, this guy's done. Now, really quick, we're going to buy everything else kind of in regular order and have it ready for the next day. And then I'm gonna try to knock this computer out ASAP here. So this guy's done because I want to see if we can break level 12, which would be nice. Okay, so we didn't break level 12, so we should off of this next one. So we've got his parts in there. let's go ahead. Ew. He's at 4030, and he wants 16 gigs of RAM. I'm a total MSI fanboy, so he wants a better card. My computer is so slow, I'm hoping to be able to benchmark 4131. I'm after 16 gigs of memory. I'm a total MSI fanboy. So he's got a good amount of money to spend, so that shouldn't be too hard. So we need to get Corsair Dominator 8 gig. I don't think we have any of that lying around, do we? No, that's the other stuff. Well, we do, but not the right one. So 2400 8 gig. Darn you. Dominator 8 gig at 2400. Is it 2400? It says we have one at 2400. Do we actually have one? Oh, but it's used. No, we'll buy a new one. I don't want to risk it. Boom. So minus 75. That puts us at kind of a weird number here, which puts us at 497. So yeah, we accept that. So 497. Obviously, we'll buy the best graphics card we can, because RX 480 is pretty bad. So graphics card 497. So pretty high up, high performance card. Here's a 495. 250 watt might be too much wattage. But see, here's the problem. All of these are a lot of wattage. So I'm wondering if this is even worth blowing that kind of money. Because, what is he at now? A Ryzen 5 6-core. So, let's just say we did this. If we go to a 6-core, which is a 1600, that's 65 watts plus the 250 on a 400 watt machine. You know what? Fuck it. We'll just try it. I don't care anymore. Fucking A. We'll just try it. Upgrades. Do you work with computers? PC is super slow right now, Jan. I'm looking for at least 3801. I'm after 60 gigs of RAM. Can you have it done tomorrow? My brother has MSI in his PC. Says they're the best. I worry about used parts. Okay. 16 gigs of RAM. Well, that's easy. 8 gig. 3000. And it's this guy here. So that's 100. So that puts us at 470. 470. And it doesn't have the greatest rig video card. 470 is our graphics card budget. So let's take a look at some of these. And he's got the wattage, so that's not an issue. 470. Actually, there's not a lot of options. Because then you jump up into 490 right away. So it's either... It's got to be this one. What about his processor? His processor is shit. Okay, so this changes things a wee bit. Why go this high when we can go this high? Which is clearly better than what he's got, right? We know he's got a 9 gamer. Here's the XL here. So let's do it like this. If we have 470 and we subtract 355, that'll give us 115. Now, what can we get Intel for 115 that's better than... What does he have? A 6100. Ew. Well, it's a 2-core, the i3 6100, so let's see really quick. 6100 is way down here. So 6300 is better. So is a 6320. 6320 is 115 right on the nose. So that actually covers an upgrade for every little part he's getting. That should creep him up there. He's not that far anyway, but this should definitely get him there. Alright, so that's good. New PC done. Alright, let's do this really quick. We may not have enough time to build that new PC, but I'm going to try. We might go a little long, guys. PC is super slow right now, Jan. I need this PC to 4206. I need it pretty soon. I want an AIO water cooler that I saw on the internet. I want one, nice shiny new components. Have you heard of NZXT? So that actually really limits what water cooler we put in here. So first things first, the money that we have is 495 smackerinos here. So for 495, let's go into cooling, and we'll buy an NZXT cooler, which are more expensive, So minus 100. So we have 395. 395 to spend on everything else. He's got the shittiest possible video card. So yeah. So 395. We could put 16 gigs of RAM, but I don't think we're gonna need it. He really needs the video card. So 395. We'll come back and check it out though. Graphics card 395. If it's not a good card and we gotta go cheaper, we'll try to get that other stick in there. 385, 395 right here. With Crossfire. 385, Crossfire. Or we go with 350. 4206. I don't want to give him more RAM. Let's just go with the big one, as that's right on the money. All right. Everything's here. $3,000, and we've got 12 grand. We're not going to take the upgrade yet, so let's go ahead and just same day delivery. Chunk. All right, let's do his rig really quick. See if we can knock this out. We're going to go for speed build starting now. Without all the upgrades. We don't have every upgrade yet. All right, motherboard. Power supply. Storage. Graphics card will be the we were putting in 2, that's right. Oops. Processor. We need to take cooling unit. Memory. I think we were doing these two guys. $60 remaining. And I think it's all there. And then we didn't do any weird stuff with the case fans. Plug it all in. Looks good. Let's run the 3D Mark Advanced, but we also need to redo the RAM, so I don't forget. So we're only going to get 3200 out of it. So we could have gone up to the motherboard that would support the higher RAM, but I'm not going to bother with it. I just want this RAM out of my shop because it's very hard for us to find a use for that. All right, well, that's going. Not much else for us to really do. Oh, no, there is something we can do. PC Bay. PC Bay. Yoink. Sure. Ooh. Okay. One more day on this guy, so hopefully we get... We're already at 928. I think it was only valued at 930 or so that's nice. 2 more days on that stuff, so that's good. All right. You guys are troopers. So I guess I'll do the outro stuff since we're sitting here waiting. Actually, you know what? Never mind. Let's see. We don't have any processors or motherboards that are used. We've got a ton of memory. We've got a ton of video cards. Got that, and we got storage, and we got a power supply. So, and we have a case. So we really just need a processor and motherboard. So as soon as we get one of those two components out of here, we'll probably do a build. I'll either buy a cheap processor or a cheap motherboard, or a motherboard that supports 2 cards, and then we'll try to figure it out from there. But I don't see one coming anytime soon of anything. So maybe it's in our best interest to just buy really, really cheap crap. Like, we could buy... How many towers are we sitting on here? Empty towers. We've got one. So, it wouldn't probably hurt to pick up a new one. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Totally did it. It probably wouldn't hurt for us to, per se, maybe buy the parts for a cheap motherboard processor combo. But for the motherboard, make sure it does dual cards so we can get a dual card rig out of here. And we might be out about $150 worth of profit, or $200 worth of profit. But if the rest of the machine is good, we are good. So it kind of goes hand in hand here. All right, so let's go ahead and... Bam! Nice. So we hit level 13. We can do GPU overclocking. I don't see it in there. We'll check, but I see the 7350K, but not the one we're looking for. I'm a sad panda. Let's just see if maybe it's in here and I missed it. Nope. This is all that's here. The only thing I can think to do is to buy the 7700 and just overclock it. And so maybe because we've sat on these for a while, we'll give that a try. But we'll do it upon the morrow. If we can't get our other rigs, we'll get these other rigs done. See if we get the 7700K. If we don't get it, I'm officially going to try it. Because it gets to a point where we're running out of options. And we're running out of time. So that might be something we have to kind of figure out here. But definitely, you know what's going in the shop, hardcore, is we're going to grab the OCCT and we're going to grab the GPU tuner for sure. We need these two devices in order for us to do stuff later down the road. And that's already $1,500 plus another 6 would be $7,500. We wouldn't have a lot of money. So we're going to wait on the faster installation. We'll get that later. And we're also going to be hitting 14 at some point, so we may even want to just get the auto screw tool. That's actually better than the faster install. It just shoves the part in there faster. It's already pretty fast, but the ability to auto screw stuff in, pretty good for $2,000 more too. So we might hold out for that. So anyway, I want to thank you guys for stopping by. I am your host, the RPG Guy. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/JackTardStudios for live gameplays of RPGs, strategy games, simulation, first-person shooters. I play all kinds of stuff on that channel, mostly JRPGs and strategy games and simulation games. We also have a tabletop show that's Tuesday nights at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and sometimes we also do an additional show on Sundays. And that's a tabletop and tabletop RPG show. So we do tabletops games, and we sometimes do things like Gloomhaven and stuff like that. You don't want to miss that. That's on Tuesday nights at 7:30 Pacific Standard Time. That is the Chairman of the Board show. And we also have Hobo Headcrab's show where he blind plays through retro games that he has never played before and missed out on an entire generation of games. And I'm there with him as his kind of guide through the game if he gets stuck, and to help him explain maybe some of the reasons why stuff was the way it was back then and all of that. So anyway, thank you guys for stopping by. We'll see you next time. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Please take a moment to check out more episodes from the RPG Guy, Tuesday Night Team Up, and more. And please subscribe. Always support the channels you enjoy watching, and while you're at it, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+. Keep on gaming hard. See you next time.